In all honesty, you can't cut cords with your twin flame because you're created as one. But you can lovingly dissolve the illusion of needing to cut cords and instead bring healing and peace. So if you feel like you need to cut cords with your twin flame, ask yourself why that is. Is it because you're in pain? Is it because you want to be free of this pain and you believe that cutting them off completely is going to bring you relief? Relief doesn't come in quitting the journey. Relief comes by having peace. So if you're in pain and you're needing to bring peace to your situation, there's something to be healed there. Go to the place within yourself that feels bad, that feels painful, that feels separate, and apply the mirror exercise. Give yourself what you need in this place that will bring you to a state of peace. And not only will it help you feel better in the short term, but it will bring your union in the long term as well. Are you trying to run from love or the discomfort that comes from growth? Because sometimes it's better to just move through the sharp pains of self-discovery rather than put up with the dull ache of numbness and stagnancy that will last indefinitely. The only way out is through, and if your twin flame is triggering painful feelings and the journey is bringing difficult feelings to the surface, these feelings have always been there. You don't want to be walking around with those bad feelings in you, even if you are ignoring them or stuffing them down. Better to release them completely. Use the strategies like the mirror exercise to remove this negativity from your consciousness so you won't have to experience this kind of suffering ever again. Because if you and your twin flame are one, and you are, you'd only be cutting yourself. You'd be trying to cut part of yourself off, which is why when you do try to cut cords with your twin flame, it's going to feel really, really bad and it's not going to work. It's not a soulmate situation. So better to heal it and come together in the way that you really desire. Because there's always a much more loving choice than you can make other than rejecting your union. There's always going to be challenges whether you're in separation or union. And so it's going to be a lot better to be able to navigate your challenges when you're in union rather than not. Perhaps you're afraid that because you're so used to separation, union's going to be really uncomfortable and unfamiliar. But that's not the truth. The truth is that union is your natural state, so it's completely normal and natural and familiar. It's the separation that's unnatural and unfamiliar and feels really, really bad. Don't let the ego lie, turn that one on its head. There might be a part of you that believes that you need to separate in order to feel safe. There is no safety in separation. It's like getting a McDonald's. If you choose separation, you know exactly what you're getting. Shit. It's okay to let that go and embrace what seems to be the unknown. But of course, union is not unknown because it is your natural state. You might have forgotten what it feels like, but this is a wonderful journey of remembrance and it's completely safe to embrace that. And also cutting cords can come from a place of control as well, which comes from a place of anxiety, and it's never helpful, it never feels good, and it never gets you what you desire. So if you can let go and trust the divine plan instead, your union is inevitable if you're choosing it. It doesn't matter what the path there looks like. Trust that from the moment you've chosen it, it's yours, and you're just moving towards it. Challenges are going to arise, but when you're skilled and mastered in the mirror exercise, you can move through these challenges swiftly and peacefully. There's a difference between setting boundaries and trying to disconnect, because when you try to disconnect, you're putting walls up, not boundaries. And you might be keeping the scary stuff out, but you're also keeping all the love out. And you're keeping all the bad feelings in. If you have a loving boundary, you're keeping yourself safe and you're allowing love to pass through both ways. So it's all right to let these walls down and choose a loving boundary instead where needed. Your twin flame is your true mirror. You're being shown something to heal, not to escape. Because if you try and escape from what you're being shown, from the bad feelings, they're not going to go away. They're going to stay there until they are healed. So much better to just deal with them now. So when they're dealt with, they're gone, and you won't have to go through it again. Are you afraid of what you might feel if you stop resisting your twin flame connection? Because if your twin flame is resisting the connection, then they're showing you that you are somewhere. Are you afraid that these feelings of love will be overwhelming, that there'll be too much to handle? That's okay. It's a river of love, your union, and nobody's asking you to get right in the middle of it and try and drink it all in one go. If you tried to do that, you'd feel sick. You can just receive and accept as much love as you're ready to receive and accept, and then let that increase incrementally. And in this way, you'll be letting the steady stream of love carry you all the way to your twin flame union and beyond. Choosing peace would completely shift your experience of your connection, because as I said earlier, the rest you're seeking is in peace. That's what rest in peace actually means. So choosing peace and calling in greater peace will give you all the relief that you're needing and you're seeking at this time. And please don't confuse some temporary upset with your eternal union, because everything that you're moving through, it will pass. This too shall pass, whatever it is. Because feelings are very transient, whether they're good or bad. They're here today and gone tomorrow, and you're feeling something completely different tomorrow. So don't get attached to any feeling that you're experiencing at any given time, whether it be positive or negative. It's just energy. It's just passing through. Let it pass through like clouds in the sky. You don't even have to hang on to your peace. You can let that pass through, because you know that more peace is coming if that's what you're choosing. And loving yourself unconditionally would make the whole thing so much easier and so much gentler. Unconditional love for yourself. Are you loving yourself unconditionally? Do you think you have to earn your own love? Do you feel worthy of all this love? Because you are. Don't tell yourself that you're not, because you are. And are you loving your twin flame unconditionally, whatever they're moving through at this time? They have to have their own experience, and don't expect to be able to understand it, because it's not your experience. But just know that they need to pass through this, whatever it is, in order that you can have your union. And if you love them unconditionally throughout, they'll pass through and into a space of union with you much, much quicker. You can't mess it up. If you think you have, watch this video here. Bye-bye.